Okay, welcome back to the Tech Bench. Today I'm going to demonstrate how to de-suicide a pre-CPS Capcom board. Back in the day, any company that had a popular game that was successful, it was quite often it was copied, it was bootleg, that's where all the bootlegs come from. So the two major players in the copy protection were Capcom and Sega. And a lot of other people did it, but they were the ones that came up with this battery backup idea. Well, this worked really well for years for them until the batteries started dying. And then the board suicided and they were worthless. So in this particular case, this is the Buster Brothers. This was, I think, the American name of the Japanese game Pang. Um, what they did was there was a battery right here, and this is a modified Z80H, which is the 8 megahertz version. And they call it the Kabuki chip. And what it did, it had a little bit of volatile RAM in there that they would load a key in, and then the key would be held in place by the battery. Worked great until somebody either pulled that chip or the battery died. So the good folks at the Dead Battery Society have come up with decrypted. They've decrypted these keys and incorporated them into some ROM code. So to fix one of these things, first thing obviously you do is you remove the battery. Then you remove R33, which is right here. Then you jumper from the outside edge, that's closest to the edge of R33, over to pin 29. You can go to the solder pad. You don't actually have to go to the pin, but you go to the solder pad for pin 29 of the MPU, or the Kabuki chip. Then you get the code that is provided on the website for the particular game from the Dead Battery Society people. For this particular one is Buster Brothers. So you get the code for the two chips. Sometimes there's three, but in this case there's two. You burn the EEPROMs, and then you lift pin 30 of 13H, which is this one, and you lift pin 1 of 11H, which is this. You connect these two together, so they're not actually going into the sockets. You connect the two together, and then you run that wire jumper over to pin 27 of the chip. And then you confirm, depending upon the EEPROMs that they use, you need to confirm that JP 19 and 21 are open and JP 18 and 20 are closed. And with all that said and done, the game will now boot up without that battery. You don't need the battery at all anymore. It has its own nav RAM for high score saves and programming and stuff like that. So the battery is totally unneeded. Fortunately, in this case, most of these did not leak and etch up the board. Some of the dead batteries I've seen over the years have puked and ate away at the board, but in these cases they usually not. So we get that all up and running, power it up, switch over to the monitor, pick up the monitor, switch over to the monitor, and you can see we have a fully functioning Buster Brothers de-suicided thanks to the help of the Dead Battery Society people.